everyone. This is the Bannerlord patch 1.9.0 quick overview releasing on October 6th. So for those who are playing during the patch, not the full release, you want to click on properties here on Steam, click on updates. My bad, not updates. Click on betas and click on none. Or you can click on 1.9.0 beta, which will download the beta. So let's quickly go over the quick. I love how it says small update, but it is a pretty sizable update with a lot of fixes and a lot of things added. Let's quickly go over it. So this is what we dearly need. Crash fixes actually fixes a bunch of crashes. Hopefully you don't need a bunch of those mods that fix the crashes. Performance, improved campaign performance, memory leak, and campaign performance. For localization, we have localization improvements. For art, we have 6 new battle trains. Let's go click on it and see their locations. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new battle train locations here. Added 10 new town scenes. Added 2 new Empire Castle scenes. 2 new hideout scenes. 19 different cloth fur pieces. Spear banners for existing polearms. That's actually a lot of extra customization. Fixed a bunch of bugs relating to random polygons, cutscenes, and various other scenes. For campaign map, improve the campaign map visuals and campaign map atmosphere, so better detailed map. Granted small balance and village production changes to match recent economic changes, which is totally fine with me. For UI changes, they added 2 new cinematic outros for completing the storyline quests, added a visual representation of a disorganized state and party nameplates. We also added a right-click option to Encyclopedia, added a new managed troop action to Army overlay, improved NPC feedback on crafting order requirements, new encyclopedia tutorials, changed cutscene text, and merged the encountering a settlement under siege and encountering a besieged party menus into one. Another thing too is a bunch of fixes from army management overlay, bugs that can cause the game to freeze on inventory screen, etc. For battles and sieges, this is kind of what we've been asking for and what they did announce that they were going to have in the next patch or release. They added banners and banner bearer features. Banners are equipable items for heroes that can provide various combat bonuses to the hero's formation. They are accessible and equipable through an inventory slot for both character and clan members. Players can obtain banners as rewards for accomplishing various in-game tasks, such as defeating enemy nobles, clearing hideouts, and reaching certain campaign milestones. AI nobles can equip and use banners. AI nobles can use tier 1, clan leaders can use 2, and faction leaders can use 3, or tier 3. Player character and player clan members can equip all tiers. A total of 45 banners with different tiers and different effects have been added. Banner bearers are special troops can carry the banner on the battlefield, can provide various bonuses to other troops in their formation. Each formation can have a banner bearer promoted from a regular troop by assigning banner equipped heroes formation during the order of battle phase. A lot of this probably just seemed confusing at first, but it's just upgrading a normal troop type or one of your troops to being a banner bearer. In case of banner bearer's death, the banner will stick to the ground for a 60-degree angle. Other troops in the same formation with a certain radius will take up the banner and continue to fight. Just like how in the Romans, when their banner bearer gets shot or by an arrow or stabbed, they don't want to let the banner hit the ground. They want to pick it up immediately. And the player can pick up any of the banners for its allied troops and provide the bonus as well. If a battle mission is not resolved because of the battle size and wave count, the game now returns to the encounter menu. We're just doing a small change in battles and sieges. Increase the variety of items gained through loot, which is really good. You might get better items, worse items, who knows. Disorganized state panel no longer applies to parties with less than 10 troops. So if you're doing a small, high-end, like mercenary, looter, bandit party, you can really go in and out of fights. They added a bunch of fixed improvements, as we can all see here. I'm just not going to cover everything here, but a bunch of bug fixes, which is really good to prevent a lot of crashes. So now let's move down to character development. They changed the artisan perk role to party leader, reduced the efficient campaigner secondary perk to 15%, reduced the master Warcraft primary perk to 15%, increased the price of loyalty skill limit to 250, and bug fixes. For clan and party, the food variety moral penalty no longer applies if the party is starving. Increased the base prisoner limit for dungeons, add an encyclopedia log for story clans, and a bug fix. So for armies, we have kingdoms now count rebellions as a threat and form armies even if their only enemy is a rebel clan, which is really nice. It's nice to see now if there's a rebellion, they'll be able to take back it rather than just having other factions take it over. For economy and trade, added 2 new horse types and changed horse stat. Added 2 new stumpers, 1 neutral, and 7 war horses, 1 for each faction and 1 neutral, which is really good. A lot of mods do add a bunch of extra horses, so adding more stuff we can collect. Added a new horse category, noble mount. I'm going to assume it's probably like a really rare mount. Updated mountain and war mount names. Increase the maximum horse tier from 3 to 6 and improve horse tier distribution. Horse tier price calculation formula effect. Increase pack camel's base price. Update all the mounts' riding stats. Increase charge damage to all mounts. Decrease difficulty stats. So basically, just horses themselves, a larger variety, easier to ride, more charge damage, and it's spread out more evenly. Modified items can now be found in shop prices. Revamped item modifier system to increase the amount of positively modified items. Fixed a bug that caused caravans to give trading tips from the same town. For crafting and bug fixes. For settlement actions, town, village, castles, and hideouts. They replaced the old tavern mercenaries with 3 new mercenary troop trees: Western, Eastern, and Sword Sisters. Pretty sure Sword Sisters was a mod, or Mercenary Maidens, or something along those lines. It was really good, one less mod to install. Increasing mercenary daily wages by 50%. Perks that reduce mercenary wages now directly do so instead of reducing the fraction based on a number of mercenaries in the party. You can now see the higher mercenary menu in taverns, fix a bunch of bugs. So that's going to be really interesting to see how Eastern Sword Sisters and Mercenaries play out, and the quality and tier. Requests and issues, they revised the main story quest conversation and logs. Troops sent to solve quests alongside campaigns now receive their total wage. Traction now removed after escort the caravan is completed, and a bunch of fixes. Conversations and encounters, updated the conditions to join a map event, and a bunch of fixes to boot. For other, Looter no longer uses the blacksmith hammer. Valenia militia veteran archers now use air blast. War champion now uses a hickory crossbow. So just minor changes to certain things, like Valenian caravan guard now has 60 crossbow skill, was 15, etc. Fix a bug that prevented add level building or add building level cheat from working for some building types. For multiplayer, once again, I don't really cover multiplayer just because it's not released or it's fully functional. So we have crash fixes, art fixes, animation fixes, design fixes, other fixes, server network fixes, UI fixes. And for both, we have both fix a crash that occurred due to animation loading. I really love the fact that we're getting a lot of stability here. For art, adjusted the algorithm responsible for resizing helmets to quickly fit different heads, removing the bug that caused helmets to be too large. That is what one of the Eagles Rising devs mentioned. That is an absolute great fix. Now we're going to have massive helmets, like we're Lord Farquaad. UI change, add an option to disable the chat box in single player, disable or multiplayer, disabled voice and teeth animations during randomization in the face generation screen, added 2 missing characters to the Korean font, and added the game version number in game so we can see what version of the game is. Fixes. Performance improvements related to agent movement sounds, fixes many memory leaks, reduced the general memory usage of the game, added new idle animations for the mounts without riders. So once again, another thing making your game more stable. For combat, overhauled the AI movement system through a range of physics adjustments, better situational understanding, and manners. By implementing a partial 360-degree input for the AI, this notably improves issues with troop congestion, jittering, helps the AI deal with difficult terrain, and avoiding siege engines. A lot of times the troops would clump up at the bottom of a ladder. I think they're saying that to kind of fix that type of stuff. Improve melee fight behavior, improve cavalry troops couch lance behavior, making a mount rear is now possible, fix a bunch of bugs. And for other, reduce patch sizes of future patches, fix a bug, cause large chunks on the screen become black. And for our modding friends, they have a bunch of mod changes, so they can take a look at this. And we do have a bunch of known issues, I'm going to assume. Currently a list of known issues. So hopefully none of these issues are absolutely massive, causing crashes. Bannerlord won't launch and might crash when quitting the game. Aside from that, if those are the only major crashes, then we are good. So other than that, once again, click on Properties, go to Betas, and select 1.9. And when that is released, you can manually click on None. Other than that, as this quick overview, probably was like 10 minutes, so stay tuned and enjoy.